Alright, fun fact, I could have seen this movie about like a day early, but the screening was in an area that I don't like to go to after 7, and the movie would have gotten out by 10, and it just didn't feel like it was worth it to get stabbed just to see Glass a day early, so. But I still saw it. Glass. So Glass is a sequel to Unbreakable, and it's also a sequel to Split, and it's the concluding chapter of the Unbreakable Split Glass trilogy. What do you call a trilogy that every single installment has 3 totally different unrelated names? Anyway, so in Glass, you have Elijah Price, aka Mr. Glass, who's once again played by Sam Jackson, and you have Kevin Wendell Crumb, aka Patricia, aka Dennis, aka Hedwig, aka the Beast, we'll call him the Horde, because that's what he's called in the movie. You also have the return of David Dunn, who's once again played by Bruce Willis. And David Dunn, Elijah Price, and the Horde are all in this one mental facility together run by Sarah Paulson. And Mr. Glass and the Horde team up, and they're at odds with David Dunn, and that's pretty much the movie. Let me talk about what I liked about this movie first. James McAvoy. Again, holy fucking shit. He once again does the thing that he did so well in Split, and that's that he's playing all these characters, all these different personalities, and he's flipping back and forth, having like arguments with like 3 different versions of himself. And it's just, yet again, he's so good at doing that. It's just, he has to get all the props every time he plays this character. And Bruce Willis is David Dunn. He was also great. I really do feel like for the past like 5 to 10 years, Bruce Willis has just kind of been in movies, but he doesn't really want to be there. He's just kind of like, it's a living, whatever. I'm getting paid, so what does it matter if I bring my A game or not, right? And just Bruce Willis's performance as David Dunn, and just where David Dunn as a character is in this movie, I just feel like that's a natural progression. I feel like that's where a character like David Dunn would be after living this life for about 20 years. And also, yet again, Sam Jackson as Elijah Price, he's also great when he's on screen. And I feel like that's one of the main problems with the movie, is that this movie is called Glass, but Mr. Glass doesn't really do a lot. Like, he comes into play at the end, and that's when he's kind of like the mastermind, Mr. Glass, that everything was kind of hyping him up to be. He's in that suave purple pimp suit, and he's just kind of rolling around like, yep, I'm in charge, and the whole room just bows to me, and that's why I wear purple, because I'm royalty. And also, Anya Taylor-Joy is back as Casey Cook. I was just like, are you just back because you signed a contract? But her role actually does feel integral and organic to the plot itself. Spencer Treat Clark is back as David's son, Joseph. Can I say that? I think he's in a shot in the trailer, and he's in that poster that Alex Ross drew, so I don't think that's a spoiler. And also what I liked, the first act in this movie, David Dunn's like doing his superhero thing, and it's cool to see him back. And the second act kind of dips a little bit. It's kind of slow, but I mean, like, it's for the most part, it's a good slow. I mean, you really look at Shyamalan, like, in his prime, like, he played in that sandbox. The slow burn is what Shyamalan thrived on back in the day. The action sequences are really cool. When David Dunn and the Beast are going at it, it's this animalistic, brutal, it's not like this flashy fight that you're used to seeing in, like, Avengers Infinity War or Throne Room fight in The Last Jedi. This brutal, gritty, just like one of those fights where it's just kind of like, oh, you fucker. Fuck you. Not really flashy. Thought that worked. And then the third act happens, and then, well, tread lightly. Third act is the thing that it kind of, everything just kind of falls apart. Okay, you know what? I won't say the third act. I will say the third act of the third act is when everything just kind of falls apart for me, and it took me out of it. The way it wraps up, you know that this is the end of this story, but it just is not satisfying. You can tell how clipped my wings are, like trying to explain how the ending doesn't work when it just doesn't work. It goes full like Shyamalan twist. It is like full on the robot chicken sketch. Every like 5 seconds, M. Night Shyamalan is like, what the twist? What the twist? It happens. There are just so many twists at the end of the movie that I got dizzy. I got dizzy from twisting around all that much. The ending just like has a twist upon a twist, and then another twist, and then throws another curveball at you. It didn't work. Guys, in the end, Glass, it's fine. The ending itself really does leave a lot to be desired. That was like pompous critic shit right there, a lot to be desired. But the ending does kind of fall flat. The first 2/3 of this movie are really good. I really love them. I love seeing David Dunn again. I loved Elijah Price back. Sarah Paulson was good. It's nothing really than just the fact that it didn't feel like the natural way to close out an Unbreakable storyline and a Split storyline. This movie is definitely a Split sequel more than it is an Unbreakable sequel. That's kind of another downside. But in the end, I'll throw a curveball at you here. I'm not gonna rate this movie yet. I can't rate it right now. So I feel like just my brain is firing all cylinders right now. I'm still trying to process everything, and just I feel like giving it a rating like now without giving it another watch is just kind of a disservice to the movie. Whether it's a disappointment that I can roll with or a disappointment that I can't roll with, I do need to see this movie again. I'm going to have a spoiler video, and I'll have that up by the end of the weekend, and I'll give my rating then. But it's just, I can't rate it. God, my brain is broken. I'm conflicted. So that's Glass. Guys, what do you think of Glass? Did you enjoy it? Whatever you think, sound off in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. I got dizzy from twisting around all that much. I'm keeping that. It was a great metaphor. I like that. I'm keeping that. All right, back on topic.